Good morning, beautiful people. So in today's lesson, we're going to add on to the coding project that we did last class. And so first thing we're going to do is we're going to need a lot more space because we're going to build more than one snowflake. And so first thing we're going to do is I'm going to slide my bar this way. So at the end of last lesson, you should have a snowflake that looked something like, so I had a typo. So your snowflake should look something like this kind of thing here, like this. Okay, so I created a polygon snowflake that goes around and around and around and around and around and around and around 10 times. Okay, now some of you are submitting things that are not polygons, and I love it. Love it that there are so many cool different designs that are out there. So you'll notice that on this one I decided to play around with some of my colors, and I decided to try other ones. So I added a yellow, I added a magenta on this one. I made my background gray because then it was easier to see all the colors, and starting with white, but again, I could change my color to whatever I wanted to. I can make it to cyan or whatever as my starting color. Okay, so this created my nice little snowflake right here. Remember that, in case you forgot, that our eyes are loops. So this tells you how many times it's going to do the loop. Here I've got a loop, which is this single individual snowflake piece embedded inside of another loop. Okay, so and then it goes move 60, turn 60, move 60, turns 120, and then before that repeats that twice. That makes one complete snowflake piece, and then it turns 36 degrees and repeats that thing, and it does all that 10 times. And at the end of each one of them, it chooses the right to change the color to one of these ones that are up here. Now, let's start with a couple of things. Let me show you a piece of code that will help us for this next piece. Okay, so in this one, I'm going to show you, we're going to talk about speed. We're talking about moving our snowflakes around. So we're going to try to make more than one of these, and we're going to try and do it in different locations, okay? And we're going to try and make it different sizes. So that's what you're going to be your assignment today is. It's going to be to make more than one snowflake, number one, and then to make more than one snowflake that are different sizes as well, okay? So first things first, let's talk about the speed function of this, okay? So what we need to do is we need to change the speed because this is just way too slow. So right underneath where it says, right here, where it says Elsa equals turtle.turtle, okay? We are gonna add another line, and that line is gonna be Elsa.speed, and then we could put in a number. Okay, so I'm going to put in 15, and you'll see what happens when I change the speed. Oh, it goes a lot faster. Okay, so when we're doing a whole bunch of these, it's going to be important that we change the speed so that it gets done fast. So obviously speed 0 is the fastest, and so I'm going to keep mine on speed 0 just because it'll make everything go a lot smoother for us. So again, that Elsa speed.speed is super important for making this go quickly. Okay. So now let's talk about the pen. So let's look at this little arrow for a second. Think of that arrow like a pen on a paper, okay? So we're making a drawing that's going around and around, kind of like those spirograph kind of things you might have had when you were a kid, where you put the little blue plastic thing on the side and it had like gears, and you put your pen in the middle and you turned and turned and turned and it made a pattern. We're doing the same basic thing here. So think of this like a piece of, like a pen on a paper. So what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to make our snowflake, lift up our pen, move our pen to another location, and then put our pen back down when we're all done, okay? So what we want to do is, after we complete this one snowflake, what we want it to do is we want to tell Elsa, hey Elsa, pick up your pen. So we're going to say pen up, okay? We're going to have Elsa move to a different location. Let's have Elsa move forward 100, okay? And then we're going to make Elsa turn. Let's make her turn 45 degrees. And then we're going to have Elsa put her pen back down, okay? And again, we're going to close it out with parentheses. Okay, so again, here's what's going to happen. We're going to draw a snowflake. Then Elsa's going to move. She's going to lift her pen up. she's going to move forward, she's going to turn left 45, and then she's going to put her pen down. Now, here's the thing. If I don't include this pen up, pen down feature, I'm going to get this weird funky line that's going to go off in a funny direction. So let's see what happens if I do it right. We should see the arrow stop at a different location. And you'll notice my arrow is now over here. Okay? So now, if I wanted to, I could create another snowflake right there. So here's, I'm going to try that. I'm going to see what it actually, that's kind of close. But you'll see what happens. I'm going to copy. So I'm just going to do a Control-C and Control-V. Now I can leave space in between this. It won't affect the code at all. Okay. The only time that spaces affect code are when you're in loops like this, when everything's supposed to be grouped. So let's try running this whole code again. Here's snowflake number 1. Here's snowflake number 2. Both different colors. Okay? Now those are kind of close to each other. So maybe I don't want Elsa to move 100. Maybe I wanted her to move 200 and then turn 45 degrees. Let's try this one. Okay, so that one's off the screen. So that's going to be a problem because I can't see that one. So I'm going to have to, I can think, if you think about this, you can make Elsa move in a lot of different directions. Like let's say we want to say, Elsa, okay, you're going to move forward 100, you're going to turn 45 degrees, and then let's make her go again another forward. If I can spell forward correctly. Okay, then she's going to put the pen down. So now she's going to move, she's going to finish her snowflake, she's going to move 100, she's going to turn 45 degrees, and she's going to move another 100, and then she's going to place another one. See? See how this is starting to work. So now maybe I don't want her to move 100. Maybe now I want her to move 50 on the first run and then 100. Now I can get my snowflakes on the same screen. So you see how this kind of works. So you got to play with the numbers a little bit to figure out where you want them to occur on the screen. Now keep in mind also, my first snowflake does not have to occur in the middle of the screen. I can use the same pen up, pen down feature and put my first snowflake over here. Now here's the thing. If, you know, Elsa always goes, you know, forward. Forward would be from left to right. If you wanted to go Elsa from right to left, don't use the word forward, use the word reverse. I know backward seems like the logical choice, but I don't think backward works here. So let's say, for example, let's say I wanted to say, I don't know if backward would work. Hold on. It'll give me an error message. Oh, backward does work. Okay, so backward does work. I don't have to use reverse. So I can say, like, let's say I don't want this first snowflake to be here. I can take this pen up, pen down feature and put it up here. And I can say Elsa.pen up, then Elsa.backward 100. Then I can run this. Now watch what happens. Something bad happened. Oh, I forgot to put my pen down. Hold on. Let's try that again. There's snowflake number 1. Here's snowflake number 2. Now I have more space to work with. Here's snowflake number 1. Here's snowflake number 2. Okay, so that's for your first assignment is I want you to create a scene that has multiple snowflakes of multiple colors. Okay. Then lastly, I want you to make a scene that has multiple snowflakes. Try to do at least 3. I want at least 3 snowflakes. Don't chicken out and only do 2. So I want to see at least 2 snowflakes. I'm sorry, at least 3 snowflakes in at least 3 different locations of different colors and of different sizes. So keep in mind that I made mine 60, but you don't have to be 60. They could be 25. And I can do stuff like this and make a small snowflake and then a big snowflake. Okay? And also keep in mind that these are in loops. So every time you do this, Elsa's going to turn 45 degrees and then repeat. So you could use another loop. Like let's say I want this to happen 4 times. I could then move all of my tabs all of my lines of code like this. And all I'm doing is just hitting tab or space to move all my lines of code over. Now this should give me 4 snowflakes. Oh, forgot. Remember what I said to you? Super important that you remembered your punctuation, and I forgot my colon at the end. So now this should create 4 snowflakes, and one of them is off the screen. There, you can see it up there on the top. Okay, because it just happened to place that one right in the same spot. Okay, so you have to play with the code a little bit to make your Elsa move around whenever you're doing this. So here I had, so if you think about this, I had Elsa create this snowflake, then she moved, then she created the next snowflake, but then she started back at the top. So she made this 3rd snowflake the exact same size as this snowflake in the exact same location. So if I wanted to have her move again, I would need to do this Elsa.pen up, Elsa.forward, and I'm going to have her move 75 this time, and Elsa.right, let's make her move at a funky angle. Let's do 35 degrees, and Elsa.pen down. So now she's going to make one here, she's going to make one here, she's going to make another one there, and she's going to make another one there. Now keep in mind that I'm always turning right. So maybe after this one, I want her to turn left. Okay, so she's always too far off to the right. So oh, there's the other one. Wow, they're just going to keep going. Oh, that's right, because it's making 4. So she's all the way over there. So you have to play around with the code a little bit to figure out where you want all your snowflakes to run. But no matter how you do this, make sure that all 4, or however many snowflakes you create, they're all on the screen at the same time so that you can see everything, okay? Feel free to add additional code to make it all work so that you can see the screen. Oh, that's right. This is going to actually create 8 snowflakes as this happens, okay? Because I'm repeating this 4 times and I've got 2 snowflakes. So notice that the loops is very important for you to create more than 1 snowflake and to do the same code. Instead of typing the code over and over and over again, we only have to type the code twice, and now we can make it run 8 times or 20 times or whatever it is, okay? So play around with this, have fun with it, change your shapes up. You don't always have to do, remember you've got 2 different snowflakes here, so feel free to change your snowflake a little bit and maybe make one of them a polygon and one of them like a pentagon or something like that. Like I said, have fun with it, be creative, love to see what you produce, have fun with your Elsa pen drawing, and if you have any questions, give a holler.